everyone, welcome back to The Silver Lining here on YouTube, or welcome if you're new. I'm Sarah, and today we are in the kitchen, and this is something a little bit different for me because number one, I don't like to follow recipes. I look up recipes and then I use them as a guide. Two, I'm not much of a baker. In fact, we used to have a cookie baking day at my grandma's house, and I would decorate the trees. I am partnering up with some of my friends here on YouTube, including Dee from Dee Lovely Life, who is hosting this collaboration. So maybe you're like me and you're not a big baker. I really do like to cook and I love being in the kitchen. Just following recipes, I feel like, especially with cookie baking, is something that you really need to do. So stick around and I will show you my solution. In the meantime, you can check out the playlist when you're finished here, and you can find out some wonderful recipes from these other lovely ladies in this playlist today. So let's strap on our aprons and get started. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of different cookies, and we'll put together a little cookie tray as if we were gifting by the end of the video. So the first thing that I'm working on are the Rolo Pretzels, and you might be familiar with these, but I just wanted to share an easy recipe that dresses up a cookie tray really nicely. So I think that technically the recipe calls for the little window looking pretzels, but I'm just using the regular small pretzels. I bought a bag of Rolos that I'm unwrapping and put on top of each one of the pretzels, and then I put it in the oven for 4 minutes at 250 degrees, just enough to melt the Rolos, and then afterwards we will be topping them with some M&Ms, but you can also top them with pecan halves or another candy or nut of your choice. Next on the docket is snickerdoodles, one of mine and my husband's favorite cookies. I'm using a pre-made, pre-measured dough that it actually stores in the freezer. I've had it in the refrigerator so that I can kind of mold it and cut it a little bit. But I got this from a fundraiser that one of our friend's son was doing for his school, and you'll see me kind of cut them in half because a lot of times these pre-made, pre-measured dough, the cookies end up being really big. So if you're wanting to make a couple of trays and create a couple of gifts for a few different people, then I suggest cutting these at least in half. Where I was like trying to beat the clock. I think every woman does it when you're multitasking. And so I was trying to get this tray of cookies all finished before my timer went off, but I did not succeed. So I had to take a break and get the pretzels out and put the M&Ms on because you have a short window because you don't want the chocolate to harden. I got the candies put on, and I actually ran out of red and green, so I used a couple of multicolor, and then I added some sprinkles just for fun because I knew that not all of the cookies that I'm making today will be gifted or go on plates. I was going to save some for my family, so I thought especially my youngest daughter would appreciate the colorful M&M and the colorful sprinkles. Got the temperature setting changed on the stove for this next batch of cookies, and I will have enough of the snickerdoodles to do 2 trays. And I found out when I got out the next batch that I'm gonna make with you that the time and temperature on those cookies is the same as the snickerdoodles. So that makes things even easier for me. I didn't even plan it that way. I love it when that works out. I couldn't make a tray of cookies without these little sugar cookies that are literally one of my family's favorite cookies. These ones that have the little shape inside, they have them for every season. And the ones that I chose have the elf hat, and whenever my daughter saw them in the refrigerator, she was like, please save these for me because I want to eat the dough. So I won't be making the whole package. I'm just going to make one tray. This tray is actually my smallest of my 3 trays. And so I'm just going to put these cookies on here and bake several of them and leave some for both of my daughters who love to eat cookie dough. You've probably noticed the aluminum foil that I put on each tray before I bake. Not only does this make cleanup really easy, but also I can slide the aluminum foil off of the pan when I'm ready to use that pan again, because I only have 3 that I'm cycling through. When I'm trying to make a lot of different cookies or a lot of different batches, then I need those pans before the cookies are cooled off. To those of you who are new, I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Sarah, and my channel here is The Silver Lining. I love sharing, if you haven't figured out already, super simple ways to make life easy. I enjoy decorating, I enjoy decluttering, purging, and I also really like using products that have simple, non-toxic ingredients. If that is something that interests you, then I would love for you to join my family here on YouTube by liking this video, and also consider subscribing so that you are around for some future videos. You can even hit the bell notification so that you are notified whenever I Okay, so hear me out. These look delicious, and while they're hot, I decided that I would take some of the leftover Rolos and put them on the snickerdoodles, and I just popped them back in the oven for 40 seconds, and then whenever they came out, I topped a few of them with these peanut cluster things that we had, because my husband loves peanut butter and peanuts, so those were made specifically for him. But you guys, they were decadent. They were so good. So don't be afraid to try new things, especially if you're like me and you want to try to keep things simple. This is just kind of a fun way to spruce things up a bit. Before we grab these cookies out of the oven, I just want to share a little clip from the future. This is a recipe that I am sharing on a video that's coming out on Friday, and I'm including what someone would need to create their own simmer pot. And I don't know if you guys have done simmer pots before, but it's just a really cool way to fill your home with a really festive aroma. Packaging these ingredients up really cute, it makes a small but thoughtful gift. So come back Friday for the full recipe. There are tons of ways that you can create a cookie platter as a gift. I'm just simply using a paper plate and a piece of red tissue paper, and I'm just putting 3 to 4 of each type of cookie on the platter. And then the other thing I'm doing is I have a few of the Rolos left, so I'm sprinkling those on for a little bit of added color. You can also do this with some peppermints or something just to add a little bit of color to your platter. Then I'm covering it, taping it, and adding a bow on top as a final touch. Thank you so much for being here today and watching. If you loved these super simple cookie recipes, then give me a thumbs up before you leave. If you're looking for a few recipes that maybe require a little bit more ingredients, a little bit more stamina, and just a little bit more, then be sure and check out the playlist in the description box below, where all of my friends will be sharing some of their favorite cookie recipes as well. If this is your first time here and you're finding me through this collab playlist, then let me know in the comments who sent you and what type of cookies are your favorite during the holidays or anytime. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you don't miss another video. Tomorrow I'll be back with some more of my friends and we will be tiny tidying. So if that interests you, then stick around and I will see you next time. Bye bye.